Okay, this session we're going to review When I Work app, the importance of it, availability, shifts, all those elements. So I just asked everyone in the group here to make sure that we give availability all the way up to and including the end of June. So from now until June, set up your availability. We can take quick hand raise. Next week, Wednesday, work 5 to 6. Raise your hand for a training. 5 to 6. Wednesday next week. How about Thursday, 5 to 6?
You have the CPR training too next week, right?
And nope, that's May 1st or 2nd.
There we go.
So we're going to hold an additional training next Wednesday. Wednesday, April 25th, 5 p.m. here at the recreation offices. Okay, so we're going to highlight some of the elements we didn't get to today, primarily all of the policies. So get your thinking caps on. That's going to get intense. But the cool thing about policies is we want to get to the root of why we have policies in place. Why is the age 11 to 13 with a parent, 14 and older without a parent? And those are the kind of questions that I'm hoping you'll internalize, or the answers you'll internalize, so that we can explain the reasons instead of saying that's policy, take it or leave it.
Will this be video?
Policies? Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're going to video everything to our
So
heart's
will all of
content.
these videos be available at some point for us to watch again? And
Yes.
get
Carly, A+ for you. You want to review notes? Absolutely. This is going to be posted on YouTube channel that is hosted by Michelle Wakefield. So you'll probably have links to all of her fitness workouts.
Which is really sad that you will.
No way.
Okay, so we're in the When I Work site here. When you get the app on your phone, you'll have similar functionality. Upload availability, why? Because I want to know who's available at which times, which pairings make the most sense, and if I can see everyone's availability at once, it'll help me schedule a little bit more effectively. So my concern is that we'll have limited availability at the times we need it. It's primarily 5 to 10 a.m. There's also going to be the 10 to 2 shift, 2 to 6 p.m., and then a 6 p.m. to 10 shift. I don't think we'll ever have a problem covering the 6 to 10, honestly. It's the 10 to 2, it's a little worrisome. 2 to 6 might be because it's kind of in between everything, but I'm really worried about the 5 to 10. And I think, yeah? But that's only one day we got covered. Now I got 5 more days to cover. Okay, so I felt really good for a second. So what I had mentioned to everyone is that if we can spread the wealth, obviously more hours for those of you here. If we can't, then I have to hire more people. I'm concerned, honestly, because I really got the cream of the crop. You guys honestly set yourselves apart. There was a tier and then a significantly lower tier, and you guys were all heads and tails above everyone else. And I really don't want to dip into the next one. I really don't. Okay? Because you guys are amazing, and kudos to you. I'm really excited to work with you. This is a pretty dynamic opportunity for all of us. So, with that said, hopefully we can find a way to make the schedule work. I know there'll be some gaps here and there. So
are Saturdays the same hours?
Saturday, same hours. Yep. So there's probably more information than you want, but generally speaking, 2 people at the front desk in the morning. 10 to 2, we'll need that 3 people, at least for the first part. And then once we hit that 6 to 10, 3 people. Okay? If we notice that's not enough, then we're going to have to add more shifts, which may not necessarily be bad, right? If we're able to take care of the needs of the patrons a little bit quicker, and the only thing we have to worry about at that point is, are we being effective in the use of our time and all of those elements. So
Can I-
Training next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Put in your availability and when I work. If you have not gotten an invite, please email me, palmany@springville.org. You should be getting that invite from Meredith Jones, M. Jones at Springville. So if you see something from her and you're like, what's she doing? She created the account, and now Michelle and I are managers within her account, essentially. So there was another question?
How far out are the shifts scheduled?
So I want to, once we get our availability in by everyone, I'm going to schedule out till the end of May. And then we'll probably do another one at the beginning of May so that we're getting most current and send out another revised one. Because what I honestly foresee is you guys saying I'm available and then May coming around and that changes slightly. So we'll probably revise the schedule at the beginning of May and make sure that once we open the doors and the weeks leading up to it, that is a rock solid schedule, at least for a solid month.
So it's not like every 2 weeks there'll be a new thing, or just like, will we have a week?
Do you remember what I said in the interview? Does anyone remember? Do you guys remember?
It'll be, you said
Yeah,
something
Patty.
about it'll be up to us to get our shifts covered.
I do. Nice. Yeah, that is important. There's that functionality within the app too. If you can't cover your shift, hey guys, who can help me out? So utilize that. But in the interview, at least with some people, I had mentioned having a 2-week schedule because my fear is that if you do it a month at a time, it's way too much time. People don't think beyond a week. So getting 2 weeks from them will be a stretch. But we need 2 weeks so that we're not constantly creating a schedule. You know what I mean? So 2 weeks is going to be the standard. I want to create a solid month though, just because there's so many moving parts. And I honestly feel like whether or not you guys feel it up front and the lines and all of the stresses coming with closing accounts and memberships and making sure everything's buttoned up, that there'll be a ton of emails, calls that we'll have to resolve. And so I'd like to get this hammered out for a month initially, but it's 2 weeks standard. Good question. Any questions with mind body? Oh, well, let's review at least some of the functionality. So here, enter in your information. You can click on your name under edit, update your phone number so that we've got that. I typed in an email, which could be incorrect. Maybe that's why you guys didn't get an email. Who didn't get one? So Camille, let's type in Camille. See if you're in here. Camille Black. Let's see if that email's right. Camille V. Black at Yahoo?
Yeah.
Okay. So, check your spam folder. Do a little bit of digging. If you can't find anything, shoot me an email as soon as possible. Okay? Same with the rest of you who didn't get an invite. Anyone else concerned? Kayla? Let's check. You didn't get one, right?
I did not get one.
Kayla? Boom. So let's go in here and make sure I've got... Look, you already have an account.
And a photo.
Well, maybe that's why I did that sideways, I couldn't figure out how to fix it. Maybe that's why I didn't get an email. I didn't need to do anything.
Okay, because you're already set up. Anyone else who didn't get one?
I didn't. Carly. Carly Purdue.
Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just the people who purchase actual membership should have gotten this email.
This is just when I work. So this is only employees.
Oh,
We're,
Oh, sorry.
no, I'm sorry, because I didn't make that clear. We're out of my body for the time being. CarlyBugs@gmail?
Yeah, that should be right.
Okay,
I'll search a bit more.
okay. Anyone else?
Ramsey, Bar.
Far. Cool name on there. Ramsey, there's a reason.
Oh, I haven't done my pay visit because I haven't done that before.
I think that's why.
Oh, okay.
But we can set you up with this.
Okay.
Okay, you
So I'm
ready?
doing that on Monday.
Good. Thanks for being here, by the way.
You're welcome.
2 R's, right? Good email?
Far. What?
F-A-R-R?
Yeah.
Okay. Good email?
Ramsey, R-A-M-Z-I-E, dot F,
Ooh.
453, at stu.evo.edu.
Ramsey, I'm gonna change the spelling.
Name
ZIE,
and see that you spelled wrong.
Child Watch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now you've got an invite somewhere, hopefully it gets to you. If you don't get it, let me know. Anyone else? Cool. All right, so we can come in here, you can work chat, you can send a quick chat to us that then sends a push notification to Meredith. Hopefully we'll get those, Michelle. I'm a little worried about that detached element. But we can resolve things quickly if we're both logged in through the app. Time clock, we're not going to use that functionality, don't worry about it. Scheduler, that's how Michelle and I will essentially push out your schedule. We'll come in here, see your availability. Oh, this is unavailable, so I can't schedule Bradley at that time. Okay. And then the dashboard is just essentially a quick tool for us to check. Make sure everything's covered, we're not going over budgeted hours. And then you should have the same functionality here. You can add your position through your profile. If you wanted to become a lifeguard, you add that functionality. It would then populate into Meredith's lifeguard category.
So you can put 2 positions?
Yeah. Yeah, like a fitness instructor or front desk. Yeah. Any questions with that? Mind, body questions? So, worst case scenario. Forget what Penn went through. I don't remember any of this. The cool thing about MindBody is they have this help tab at the very top. We click on that, MindBody support. We click on that. Now we get to a ask section. Let's remind me how I enroll. How do I, no, that's not. How register for, here we go. How, eventually it'll get us there. Okay, so throughout the help, we have the opportunity to be trained off of their site. They've got pictures documenting what to click on. Scroll down, class enrollment options. You could essentially type in your question. If you have downtime, you don't remember, Michelle and I are busy, we can't answer your question. We'll eventually get you logged into this so you can sign in. And then you can review these in your spare time. But the nice thing about MindBody is they take all of the questions they get from patrons and then they try to create a document that you can then search for content, find the answer, and then reproduce it using their own system with snap pictures. So use that as a resource. We'll probably, Michelle and I will use some of those videos once we start opening the doors in May. Just so, okay, we reviewed this, you in front of me, but now let's have you do it with the functionality right in front of you, okay? All right, that's all I've got. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.